right, the moment we've all been waiting for, the trivia answers. So, which one of the following statements about chicken intelligence is not true?
Got it. We'll all pass.
A, chickens can recognize more human faces than humans can. B, this chicken's social structure is called the pecking order. C, chickens are able to do basic arithmetic. Or D, roosters will pretend to find food so that a hen will approach. What did y'all put?
A is not true.
That is correct. A is not true. That would be insane. Who put that? Did someone put that? Yes. Okay. That would be ridiculous. I can't. Chickens could recognize more human faces than humans can. Okay. Right, but they can do math. That's a pretty good point. So can we.
Could they count the number of faces that they can recognize?
Good question. They can do arithmetic, basically addition and subtraction with numbers up to 5. So it turns out the number of human faces they can recognize was like 700, which is still pretty fucking impressive.
What?
But humans were like thousands. So it was, yeah. Anyway, question 2.
Pretty good. 700.
What part of the brain is named after a mythological creature in Greek and Roman mythology with an equine head and a piscine tail?
We guessed hippocampus, Noah.
Of course you did, because the answer is hippocampus.
Yeah.
Everybody knows about the hippocampus, right? Hippocampus basically comes from the Greek for horse and sea monster, with hippocampus respectively, sometimes depicted drawing Poseidon's chariot. In the brain, this is a very important area for like learning and memory. Question 3. The human enteric, and by enteric that means gut, nervous system has roughly the same number of neurons as there are in the whole brain of A, a mouse, B, a rat, C, a cat, or D, a horse.
Well, our guts told us that the answer was C, cat.
That is correct. Your gut is very, very smart to tell you that. Your gut has about 500 million neurons, which is sort of on the order of the number of neurons in a cat's whole brain. Question 4. In The Wizard of Oz, when the wizard awards Scarecrow a diploma, what mathematical theorem does Scarecrow misquote?
Luckily, The Wizard of Oz is my favorite movie. I did not integrate it into the theme tonight. It just happened. And it's the Pythagorean theorem.
That is absolutely right. When the wizard, when Scarecrow's like, I'm so sad I don't have a brain, the wizard says, I think it's something like, you can correct me if I'm wrong here. Basically, it's like, where I come from, which was, it was basically the, like United States. It's like there were people who had no more brains than you, and yet what they had that you don't is a degree or a diploma. And so he writes out him, I think it was like a degree in like intellectuology, it's something like that. And then as soon as he's handed it, the Scarecrow says, the sum of the square roots of any two sides of an isosceles triangle is equal to the square root of the remaining side, which is wrong. Question 5.
Yeah.
How nutritious is a zombie's diet anyway? About how many calories are there in an average human brain?
A little more than what you need in a day, 2,500.
Yes, that is correct. C, 2,500.
Yum.
That's just true. There is a paper that was like, let's figure out how many calories it would be in all the organs. It's fascinating and gross. Question 6. While 2-day-old chicks love chicken neuroscience here, I really, really do, because it's one of the really classic neuroscience model animals, and one of the people who along with Rita Levi-Montalcini, very, very famous extraordinary neuroscientist, who worked on chickens with a person named Victor Hamburger. And that's not technically funny, but it makes me laugh really hard. 2-day-old chicks know that objects removed from view still exist, but humans don't until about 6 months. What is this ability called?
Object permanence.
That is correct. Chickens are smart as hell, y'all. We really shouldn't eat them. But they are delicious. Question 7. When glia were first discovered in the 19th century, they were called Nervenkit, a German word meaning what?
That would be nerve glue.
That is correct. That is correct. Nerve glue. They originally thought that glia were the stuff that sort of stuck everything together. Maybe in a sense that's true, but not for the reason they thought in certain aspects. Glia also, so nerve and kit is just basically German for like nerve putty, but it was sort of meant like nerve glue. And glia comes from the Greek word that means essentially glue. So that's interesting. Question 8.
That's a thing.
Final question for tonight. Aristotle believed that the heart was the seat of sensation and thought, and that the brain played only a support role. What did Aristotle believe the brain did to help the heart?
So he thought that it was a radiator that cooled the blood.
That is exactly right. The brain cools down the heart. That's what Aristotle thought was like the whole purpose of the brain. He thought cognition and stuff happened here. But you shouldn't think that this was like something a lot of people thought. In fact, a lot of people before, during, and after, like immediately after Aristotle's like preeminence were like, this is wrong. This is just absolutely wrong. Aristotle was a moron. I will say it. Right before we finish the trivia, I want to tell you that, yes, radiator is also exactly the word that was in all the stuff that I Googled about this. So
He
it's
has the
incredible.
PhD, so
That's
he
right.
knows these things.
I deserve it.
Is
That's
that
it.
what they tell you? That's right. You know how, like, at the thesis defense, when, like, they kick everyone else out, is that where they tell you what Aristotle thought?
That's where they tell you what Aristotle.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
Don't tell anyone though.
Okay, yeah.
They'll take my PhD
Live
away.
stream watchers all around the world, please close your eyes and ears. Just close all your holes. Fuck. All right. I do want to read to you something Aristotle wrote in 2 things. Aristotle, from the parts of animals, of course, the brain is not responsible for any of the sensations at all. The correct view that the seat and source of sensation is the region of the heart, and then in a different treatise, it says, from Sense and Sensibilia, the brain is the moistest and coldest of all the body parts. Oh my God. So that is the trivia. Let's find out how our team did. We already did. They got a perfect score.
Carried by our neuroscientists.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Hard to believe.
But like the lungs, I supported them.
You sure did.
Thank you.
Before we get to the top scores, I just want to say that here at Fax Machine, there's no team who came in last place. There's only the team that learned the most.
The Fax Machine way.
So please, celebrate learning with me for the team, the Nerve Children. Thank you very much, Nerve Children, for playing, and I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you've learned a lot tonight. That's what we're all about. So in third place, tied, we have There Is No Triangle and Flavortown. This is great energy. This is exactly what I want to hear when I tell someone they're in third place. That's when you know you're having a great trivia. We have a 2-way tie for second place with 7 out of 8. Stroke of Genius and the Heidelberger. This might be a conflict of interest. With a perfect score, Rose and Ryan are pianists. Look, they came to play trivia and the piano.
Man.
You gotta give it up.